Shalom! So, this is from a little while ago now, but I want to show you unlocking the Gloom Lady dragon from the Flying Solo event. So, obviously, she is the reward for completing Tier 8. She's a dragon that we've already had before, but, you know, for anyone that's never had her before, I mean, it's a new dragon, cool dragon to add to your collection. Probably not a dragon you'd want to use on a team, but a cool dragon nonetheless. And so, now we move on to levels 9 and 10, and you know, the DML wiki is updated now, and apparently you need 3 days, 12 hours, and 8 minutes minimum to complete both of these tiers. So it's pretty much the same as most solo events that we have, and you can see that the amount of time we have left for this event is super close, and every 2.5 hours we have to come back and log into the game to level up our dragons again. And then on the final tier 10, it'll be every 5 hours. So, very arduous and painful quest. And if you are cutting the event pretty close like I am, then make sure that you are focusing on these with the longest cooldowns. Because, you know, catch creatures, you can do that whenever. Don't worry about that one. Dungeon iteration, you can do that at any point throughout the day. And then on tier 10, the hatching dragons is every 2 hours, that's fine. Feeding dragons, you obviously still have to be coming back frequently enough, but just make sure that every 5 hours, or before every 5 hours, you're coming back to collect the gold, because they are the longest, which means that if you miss those, that is gonna slow down your event progress more than anything else. So it's really important that you use these tables that the DML wiki does give you whenever they're available. It's just, I wasn't sure if this was updated a few days ago, but it seems like this is the updated version of it now. So, you know, even if you're way far back in the event, if you just want to get a hold of the Gloom Lady yourself, use this and it should help you out tremendously in your quest. But I legit have like 4 hours of leeway for this event. Like, you can see we are on tier 9. We've got 3 days left. The only thing is, if I decide to do literally anything on the weekend, it means I'm gonna have to leave the PC, which means that obviously event progress is probably not going to do too hot. So, you know, this is what happens when you decide not to wake up in the middle of the night to get those bonus resets. I did do it yesterday. And if I actually want to finish the event, I'm going to have to do it for the next couple of nights as well. So, you know, thank you for that game. I really appreciate it that PC players are just, you know, left behind in the dust with this game. At least if you have a laptop, I guess you can sort of take that places with you, but if you actually play on a computer, you're just sort of, it's like, well, you chose to play on a PC, that's too bad, ain't it? It's like when people complain about PC versus console gaming. This time the PC player is being demonized as some sort of fool for choosing to play the game on this device. It's like, DML is meant to be a pay-to-win mobile game, excuse me, why are you playing it on PC? Here, have all of our events that are very, very near and impossible if you have a life. Great. I enjoy that severely. I don't know if we're going to do it though. Again, I'm going to give it a good shot, but I can't guarantee that we're going to be able to finish it with it being that close. I'm really going to have to be on it and literally give up the rest of my life if I want to do it, and I'm not sure if I'm willing to do that anymore. There was a time where I was willing to do it, but it just doesn't seem worth it anymore. Especially my voice. I'm a cackling old lady. Ugh. Especially since the only reward dragon that we get is just the icefeather, and his existence sort of annoys me because of the Cosmic Creations event. Well, you know, it's not really his fault, but it's the way that they implemented him and his use of implementation, I suppose. You know, we might as well finish off our dungeon run for today, because I have said it before, but you know, the dungeon and the ruins in particular, even though they're not guaranteed to give you the rewards that you want every day, the dungeon has the potential to give gems, up to 100, and then the ruins have the potential to give gems every time as well. So, if you've like done all your battling, done all your enchantment fights, done all that stuff, at the very least you should make sure that you get your dungeon and your ruins done every day as well. Because the amount of bonus gems that you'll end up collecting over time, you can get thousands and thousands over time. In the short term, you might only get, you know, 5,000 gold or something, and it might seem pointless, but I always go middle chest, and there you go, 700,000 gold. You know, it could have been better, but, you know, what if that would have been 100 gems and we would have missed out on it if I hadn't have done that? Always gotta be thinking. Always gotta be thinking, what could happen? Like, what is the best possible outcome out of doing this? And, you know, if you've got the time to do it in your day, say, I don't know, you're on your lunch break, school break, you're relaxing at night, why the heck not, right? It's freebies, absolute freebies. So, that is my advice to you on this fine day. I'm just using my instant win tickets to get us a bit more food, a bit more gold. And by a bit, I mean quite a lot. Because I end up wasting all of it on dragons that are too high of a level during the event. Because the feeding dragons quest, obviously you're supposed to get a level 1 dragon, level that up, get another level 1 dragon. But I can't be bothered to move all the dragons around, so this is just what I do instead. I collect a ton of food and then I end up wasting it all. I'm at the point where most of my dragons are like level 25 now. Or 20 to 25, and it's starting to scare me. Because it's like, when does it end? Am I going to get to the point where every dragon is level 30? There's just no stopping it. I'm going to have to create an entire island just dedicated to new dragons. Just so that they can be a low level. Swear to goodness. And plus, we need to not forget that along with everything else, we still are planning on breeding this orca dragon. And Kin also needs to have his stuff upgraded, because to get him to level 5, we need a ton of fire and a ton of plant. So not only do we need to use our trinkets on our other dragons, we also need to use our trinkets on this guy as well. Oh, it's such a pain leveling up these dragons sometimes. And plus also I'm wasting all my food on these as well, obviously. So we've only got another 9 levels to go, and then he can get his 5th star. And then obviously we need to get more materials for him as well. I think it's because I used all of my materials on upgrading habitats recently, so I have like no plant and I have no fire either. So that's what I get for basically using my upgrades to upgrade my habitats instead of my dragons, right? You choose one thing and then it hinders you in another place. Boy, I love it. I love it, I love it. Well, you know, while we're here, we need to do our enchantment fights, so along we go. I'm still waiting for info on that new update, by the way. I know that we only really got notified about it yesterday, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Again, I'm really curious to see how people react to the new changes and the new stuff that's coming, and I hope there's some bug fixes coming along with it as well for the few bugs that have been happening. And plus, the startup bug for DML is still happening for me to this day on Windows, where if my PC has been on for longer than about, I don't know, 4 hours, then if I try and open DML, it just gives me a black screen. And then if I wait about 5 minutes on that black screen, it will open up, and then DML will actually open eventually. But I have to sit in a black screen for 5 minutes. But if I restart the PC, it works fine. And this has been happening for like the last couple of months now. It was definitely since an implementation of some sort of update. All that I know is that it's very annoying. Because literally, I'll be doing stuff on the PC, and then it's like, oh, I should log in for a DML reset. Oh look, black screen. Guess you can't play until you restart the whole thing. Which you can't, because you're busy doing other stuff on the computer. Thank you for this very, very well-optimized game. I mean, I'm not even taking into account the old Android bug that made it so that I literally could not log into the game for over a month. Like, let's not even talk about that one. Let's not even talk about the fact that it was during the Divine event as well, so I literally couldn't get the Divine Dragons out of it. But yeah, as of, you know, the last few months, I've definitely been running into a few major optimization problems with this game that are, like, game-breaking. And I think, you know, problems like that are just one of the many reasons that if a new player was coming in and that happened to them, they would probably just give up. That's why, you know, I'd say this for any game though, and I do say it for every game I play. Bug fixing and optimization is extremely important to keeping your players here. Like, it's fine, put in Hathor and Freya and give us pay-to-win garbage, fine, but at the very least make it so that your game's playable. That would be nice. I don't know how many other people are having the same problem, but all that I know with DML is, if I'm having the problem, I am not the only person having that problem. Every single time I talk about some really glaring, annoying issue that I have, there's always someone else that goes, yeah, I have that too. I've been having it for 6 months and I contacted CC and nothing happened. Oh, we got some gems out of that. There we go, that makes up for everything, right? Yay, free gemmies! Look, I complain, but 3 gems, if you got that every day, that's not bad. It's like petting your dragons, that's 2 free gems a day. That's better than no free gems a day, right? But I think that is pretty much all the stuff that I wanted to go through for now. So, I would say good luck with the event, but it is mostly just sign your life away to Satan if you want to do the event most of the time. If you are someone that's about to finish tier 10, then I hope you enjoy the relaxation time after the event is over. But keep going, keep powering on, and just get to whatever level you can. Like, don't worry if you can't finish it. Just try and get, at least, I'd say, try and get the Gloom Lady at the very least, because getting to tier 8, or level 8, it's not quite as difficult as getting past level 9 and 10 combined, because they are extremely long, as per usual with these types of events. But for now, thank you guys for joining me, and hopefully I'll be back soon with more DML news.